See, I'm waiting for it to pop up. I haven't gotten a... There it goes.
All right, we got at least one mod in here.
For a few minutes until my phone dies.
Until your phone dies. Yeah. This is nice, man. Nice breeze here. It's kind of a warm day, but campgrounds over there ain't open yet. This is kind of like a picnic area. That's the dam over there. See that? Yeah, right there.
See
the dam.
How the audio is doing.
See that? Yeah, right there.
See
how hey, what's up?
How the audio is doing.
See that? Yeah, right there. Hey, what's everybody doing? You around? Yeah, it is beautiful today. Very beautiful.
What's this person doing?
I don't know.
They're leaving.
Yeah, they need to leave. Hey, we're at Lake Pomme de Terre. It's not from our house. And as we saying earlier before we, oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing, Mike? Some of those names I can't see.
What?
Oh, Hitman. Yeah, that's the Hitman. How you doing, Hitman? Yeah, it is nice today, but as we were saying before, this lake, like you see how you can see across it? It actually takes you, what, about 100 miles to drive around?
There's 80 miles of shoreline.
80, but more than that road.
Well, but if roads, it'll take you 150 probably to go all the way around it.
Ohio sucks. What, is nothing but cornfields? You know why it sucks, Mike? Let's just be honest, because it's not the Ozarks. You remember Mike, don't you?
Yeah.
Down in Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Bill. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing well. Elizabeth. There's the other old couple leaving.
Mm-hmm. Today was picnics for all the old people.
It was picnics for all. It's your home now. That is kind of heartbreaking, Mike. And nothing against Ohio or the people of Ohio, but
did he see the meteor the other day?
Did you see the meteor the other day? Minnie's asking. Yeah, he says he agrees it's not the Ozarks.
One happened last night, I guess, in Texas, too.
You know, oh, Texas, too?
Mm-hmm.
You know, my brother used to tell me, well, not just him, but other people, they said, man, you walk better on up a hill than you do on flat ground. He said he did. It was wild.
So was it an actual meteor and not just a missile that they're claiming on the news to be a meteor?
So was it an actual meteor or was it something like a missile? Mindy's wanting to know.
I have the microphone. They can hear me.
Oh, fishing's good here. I used to fish out. Well, it's been a couple of years since I fished here, but I need to go again this year. The fishing's good here. And there's a lot of restaurants around here. A lot of places that,
a lot of Airbnbs?
Yeah, a lot of Airbnbs, but I mean, there's also a lot of places to let your boat out. You know, there's boat docks, a lot of them. Not a damn thing I miss about prison. Not one day. The only thing I might say I miss is I have a couple friends in there that had back and I had their back. That's the only thing I miss. But I ain't going back for them.
Yeah, you miss Kevin.
Yeah, I miss Kevin, but I ain't going back just to friggin' see him. He's on his own. My favorite restaurant is the Crappie Hole. I don't even think it's a mile from here, is it?
No.
Maybe close to a mile, but
Maybe. Maybe. I don't think it's that far.
was I ever a wrestling fan? I used to watch it as a kid. And then in prison, I had a cellie that watched it religiously. And he'd get mad at me because I'd laugh. You know, to me, it was entertaining. But he'd get mad. This is real. This is real. You see him smack that guy?
Well, to be devil's advocate, they really do hit each other.
Many times they do, but it's all rehearsed and everything.
They're trained to take hit.
Yeah, I remember Goldberg. There's some names that I didn't know who they were until recently. Did I join a band in prison? No. I did play a guitar once in a while with this one guy in Algoa. Do I play sports? I used to play soccer. I wasn't really much into sports. I lifted weights, but all the other stuff I wasn't into. Brock Lesnar, isn't he like a UFC guy? Two weeks from now on the other side. Oh, you got him? You going to interview him? Oh, no, he's going to interview Goldberg. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think Goldberg was, he's an old man, isn't he? I don't know how you get him, Mike.
You say that name.
Goldberg, he said he's going to interview Goldberg.
Okay. Boss G State, my incarceration says hi.
Well, how you doing there? Do what to his incarceration?
It says, I think it's Boss G State incarceration.
Oh. How you doing, bud? You got a channel? I'll go check it out. I just did a video on Wes Watson, man, because somebody asked me to do one on him. What I thought about him. The reason you never heard me say anything about him, I don't think nothing of him. What I think about him, it's not good. Well, we're going to come and camp in Ohio.
I don't know if I'll do that.
Yeah. I don't know about that, Mike.
I've heard some Ohio.
It's like Mindy saying, hey, you want to go to Ohio? I mean, Iowa?
Indiana is not going to be in the mix.
You want to go to Iowa? Do we have to? I mean, we will, but...
Yeah, I don't like Iowa either.
What types of books I've read in prison? I've read any type that was going to educate me. You do have a channel? Well, bud. I definitely will. I look like Tom Hanks? No, that's the first time I've heard that. Most people say I look like...
How dare they?
I've had people on here tell me I look like Mark Calloway, and I had to look that name up and find out who he was. It's only 900 miles away. And you're 2 counties south of Lake Erie, huh? I don't know about that. How you doing, Elizabeth? I think you was on here a minute ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read books that would educate me in prison mostly. And I had a Sally, a good friend of mine. He said, man, you need to read something for fun. Then he went and checked me out a Tom Clancy book, which, you know, I liked. I read it and I liked
For
it.
fun, then he chose Tom Clancy.
Yeah. Well, I tried telling him that information books was fun for me. He didn't understand that.
True crime could be interesting.
Hello, how you doing? Is that, we got Judy in here now? I can't tell. But we figured we'd come on here for a little bit and talk a little bit. We got Mindy this time. Usually she hasn't been on here in a long time. But she's got a channel too, Ex-Con Adventures. And Ethan's got a channel too, doesn't it?
Ethan's got 3.
Oh, well, never mind then, because well, short of shy.
One's for music, one's for tech, and one's for gaming.
Right.
I think he posts more on the gaming.
Would I recommend prison? No, I would not recommend prison. People stay out if you can, man. Make smart choices.
Don't do dumb shit.
Yeah, prison is not worth it. Take it from somebody who's there. I do not want to see anybody go to prison, really. I mean, it sucks.
Don't do dumb shit. If you do dumb shit, be good at hiding it.
What movie has the most realistic idea of what prison's like? In my opinion, most of them don't depict prison accurately, but probably the most accurate one I've seen was An Innocent Man starring Tom Selleck. Hey, what's good? Hell Monster, what's going on? That's right, stay free. That's what it's about, people. Just enjoying your life out here. Don't take anything for granted. You know, it's this old ex-con told me not long after I got out that your worst day in the free world is better than your best day in prison. And I have to agree with that. 7 days for probation. Oh man, I'm having trouble keeping up with this. Yeah, it was awful, wasn't it, bud? Yeah, just see, take it from him, just 7 days. That's right. Yeah, you can go in and never make it back out. That's absolutely true.
I don't know how to say that one's name. Acetylene? Acetylene?
I don't know.
You see it? She just said you were the first normal live. She's been scrolling through.
Oh, the first normal life. Well, I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I was on Chad Marks. That was both of them. We was kind of young channels. He blew it. 15 days in Jeffco about a month ago. Well, I'm glad you're out, man. Stay out. Hey, how you doing? Stay in the bunk and just sleep? No, I cannot do that, man. I don't know how people do that in prison. Especially those in the hole, man. They can just sleep the whole time they're awake. I could never do that.
I tried when I was in jail one time,
You couldn't do
but
it.
I was sentenced to 45 days, so I couldn't sleep for 45 days.
Yeah.
I slept good half of it, though.
Curious George, how you doing, bud? But yeah, I had to get out and do something. If they opened them doors, I was out. On the yard doing something. Even if I was just, well, of course I worked out and I worked in recreation, but the last prison, but even if I just went out to talk to somebody, so you're going to have enough time locked down once they lock you down, you know? Got a 1 year revoke on your license. I will. Jessica Burgess.
Morga.
Burger. I'm gonna have to check out that other guy too. Something. The gate boss, state incarceration. Is that what it said? A G gate. Solitary confinement. There's a difference between the hole and solitary confinement. Solitary confinement is you have nobody around. You're by yourself. You can't talk to the guy in the next one. You're separated. You're in a cell by yourself. And it's just, yeah, I would say it's kind of torture because you're in there alone. Nothing to do. But the hole, the regular hole, it's not so bad because you usually got bunkie and you can holler at people in other cells and stuff. Yeah, mind your business and stand your ground. That's right. You may be afraid to fight or something, but I'm telling you what, standing your ground, standing up for yourself is a lot better than the alternative. That's just my personal opinion.
How do the commissary systems work?
Well, he's able to spend every week, but we can only spend so much a month, like 275. That's without the appliances, though. You know, they didn't count as part of the 200.
We had a limit, or the girls only had a limit weekly. It was 175.
Was it? Ours was 75 a month. Yours was 175 a week? Wow. How corrupt are the guards? Most of them are very corrupt, especially in South Central Correctional Center in Missouri. That whole place is corrupt. They just need to start over with that place. I ain't got nothing good to say about the place. I think they're trying to put in this new program. It's supposed to help prisoners, but they got to fix themselves before they help anybody. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm free too.
What kind of stuff can you get on commissary?
Pretty much everything out here, but not everything. You know what I mean? You can buy oatmeal, cereals, summer sausages, chilies, salmon, taco shells, milk, soda. It used to be tobacco, but they took tobacco out in 2018. Let me try to think. You can buy TVs, CD
Clothes,
players,
shoes.
yeah, shoes and underwear and things like that. Socks, I think.
If you're in the girls' prisons, you can get condoms.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Yeah. She said in the women's prison, like Vandalia, they have condoms on commissary. That's crazy to me. How do you sneak cigarettes in and not get caught? you'd have to talk to a CO about that. But many of them are doing that because there's money in it, and it's better to get caught with tobacco than like with illegal narcotics. No, if you stand up for yourself, I mean, you know, if you do a lot of time, you're going to get in a fight once in a while. But when you stand your ground, that's showing everybody that you'll fight every time. So people ain't going to just take your stuff. I mean, you got people in there that will do that, but they'll do it to anybody. And nobody in prison likes it. Being robbed or whatever, you know, they usually don't last long. Oh, you're all right. Yeah, hell, I would have to say that was MSP. The other ones, I mean, even though they wasn't the greatest, I mean, they're not supposed to be fun, right? They was nothing compared to MSP. Are there different rules for different types of prisoners? Yeah, and some of them have changed. Like somebody who messes with children, when I first got to prison, they could not be on the yard, period. They could not be on the yard. And they's beaten or stabbed or this or that. But nowadays, people are more into extorting them than running them off the yard. Warrensburg, Missouri, I know where it's at. You know, some people saying hi, how you doing? Are there religious programs? Yes, there is. See, I'm getting behind in the chat. There are religious programs, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, different ones, you know. What was my charge? I took out a guy, deleted a guy that was abusing my little brother. And then my dumb ass tried to escape from the county jail, so I ended up with a life sentence. Yeah, I had a job in prison. Frank Costello, man, that name sounds familiar to me. But yeah, I had a job. The one I held the longest was a recreation job in South Central Correctional Center, but I've worked in the kitchen. Of course, if you go to a max prison in Missouri, you're going to spend 90 days in the kitchen right off the bat. Yeah, it was crazy, but you know, I would have got a lot less time if I hadn't tried. So, I mean, I still would have done time. They was going to send me to prison, but it would have been a lot less. The best job available, that would depend on each individual. Like I like recreation. What's that?
Frank Costello.
Oh, Italian crime boss. Yeah, that's probably where I heard. But I like the recreation job because I was outside all day long. You know, some people like working in the kitchen because they get a hustle there. They bring back onions, tomatoes, and stuff and sell them. Some people like being a barber. Some people like being a porter. Mine was being a recreation. I got to work out whenever I wanted to. Got to see people from other housing units.
Dang it.
You got to see the lake down there. I'll give him a little views. Whoop.
Make sure you don't get those kids in it.
Oh yeah, there's good fishing here, and there's other lakes not far from here too. Lake Stockton, Lake of the Ozarks. I've never fished in Lake of the Ozarks though. I fished below it below the dam.
I've never fished in it either. And I think it costs pretty much everywhere too.
No, I don't. I don't miss prison at all. Ain't no way. There ain't nothing about it I miss. I got a couple friends there, but hey, I ain't going back just to see them. Your dad was the mobster? The hardest part of the daily life in prison. Now, to me, I think it would be the rules, the different prison rules. You know, they got more stupid over time.
Dealing with other people's twisted ideas of respect. That's the hardest one.
Yeah, the prison code.
Because one thing that respects one person will disrespect another.
Well, yeah, there's some aspects of the prison code, as people call it, we call it the law, but that doesn't make no sense. Like, for example, you have somebody claims to not like chomos, then he does something bad to the chomo.
Makes them exactly the same.
Makes him the same as that person, but he did it to him so he'd know like what his victims felt like. No, you did it because you wanted to. I don't think prisons actually reduce crime.
No, they cause more. You
Hello,
go there and you
Smokey.
learn more crime.
Yeah. You know,
Or how to get...
they came up with the death penalty because they thought that would deter murderers. But murders are still happening. Kathy, how you doing?
I don't...
That's right.
I don't think the death penalty is right for everybody. There are people that absolutely deserve it.
Right.
But just killing somebody because they killed somebody is just making you
Right.
the problem itself.
Right. Exactly. Are you feeling the bird feeders? Yeah. Springs this Saturday, Kathy. I'm down.
How fair are prison sentences?
Huh? I don't think they're fair.
I think a lot of them should have got more time.
Yeah. There's people that commit crimes and hardly do any amount of time on it. They get real
Heinous
short,
crime.
Yeah, they get short sentences, and then there's others that do something you think, well, he might get 5 or 10 years. He ends up getting a life sentence.
Having a joint in your pocket, now you get 10 years in prison.
Well, the Amish guy in the prison,
Mm-hmm.
life sentence because he had a field of weed. Yeah, they're all crooked. Yeah. Like, see, Kathy here, she can tell you about South Central Correctional Center, how corrupt that place is. She knows.
What alternatives to prison should exist?
Or could exist.
Rehab.
Yeah, rehab. But you ain't going to put a murderer in rehab.
Well, no, the murderers need to be in normal prison.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, all the drug... If you're only in there because of a drug charge, you shouldn't be in prison.
No, yeah, if you're just in there for drugs, nothing else, crime, just possession of drugs, you shouldn't be in prison. Prison doesn't help addicts. Yet people are being put in prison for being an addict. And they should have, like she was saying, rehab or something, you know, or some place where they can get some help. Prison's not going to help them. They get drugs in prison.
Mm-hmm. It says, do you get more time for drugs than anything? Pretty much,
Yeah,
yes.
pretty much, yeah. There's more people in prison for drugs, too. And the majority of people in prison these days, at least in Missouri, seem to be people with drug charges. Now, they usually have other charges with them, but that's what got them put in prison. Oh, I know what you're saying. How do guards maintain order? Well, you know, it'd be hard for them if everybody decided to rebel. It'd be hard for them to maintain order. Because
they don't. Lots of times, in lots of prisons.
They're outnumbered.
Yeah.
Hey, how we doing today, man? I'm having a great day. It's nice weather out here. I figured I'd do a little live. It's already been a little longer than I thought it was going to be.
My phone's at 2% now.
You stay blessed too, and thank you for saying that, man. I have been blessed. I was able to get out of prison. I got a job. I got a beautiful wife, a supportive wife. I think that's what's important when somebody gets out of prison, is having somebody who's supportive. They held me in the Phelps County Jail in Rolla, Missouri, but the rest of the 29 years was in different prisons over the state. Yeah, problems have no. He's absolutely right about that.
Even though I know people that went to prison and got healthier.
Yeah, there's been some, but like there's some that come in on medication.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctors in the prison will take them off that medication and give them something cheaper. And they end up having a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can change in prison, but prison is not going to change them. They got to be willing to change themselves. And like with me, I did everything I could to better myself in prison. I wanted to come out, if I got out, I wanted to be better than when I went into prison.
Adam Warlock asked, you in Rolla? I live in Newburgh.
You live in Newburgh? I went to school in Newburgh, bud.
Did your crime in Newburgh?
Yeah, I did well, it was outside of Newburgh.
But no, we're not in Rolla.
But we're not in Raleigh right now. We're over at Lake Pomme de Terre. It's a French name. If you translate it, Potato Lake.
It's Lake Potato.
It looks nothing like a potato. If you look at it from an aerial view, it looks like a bunch of roots.
It looks like the roots of a potato.
Yeah. No, I don't need to go back to prison. If I did go back to prison, it'd be to talk to them. You know what I mean? What did I do to stay mentally strong in prison? The best thing you can do is just stay busy. It doesn't matter if it's physical, mental, you know, reading things and trying to improve yourself mentally and education-wise, physically. Just have something that you focus on all the time.
All right, Omar, what do you mean by that? You haven't been in school in over 60 years? He's not 60 years old.
Yeah, I'm not even 60 years old. They're talking about me?
Yeah, it says you ain't been in school in 60 years.
How did stuff treat? Oh, how did it depends, man, how staff treats them. I mean, you got some brutal COs. Most, though, I'm going to say, most want to do their 8 hours and go home. But at the same token, when they see another CO doing something bad, they won't say anything about it most of the time because they don't want to lose their job. Yeah, that's a motorcycle way over there right here.
No, it's a boat.
No, I've seen a motorcycle.
Oh, I see a boat.
How did people treat me after my release? I think I was treated pretty good, don't you?
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah. No, we're not camping, Kathy. We need to start do that.
Soon as we actually get time to.
Right.
My mom is keeping us really busy.
Yeah. What would you change about the prison system? I would, because you got people in there like went in as teenagers and they're getting out in their 40s and 50s and stuff. They need to learn a trade in prison. And they got, some prisons do have that, but there's not enough. They need to have where they can learn a skill or trade so when they get out, it's easier for them to find a job.
Your eyes are so beautiful.
Well, thank you. But that's what I would change about it. They need to, more than anything, give them skills, find a job. Yeah, see, like he's saying that he did 5 years in Ohio and there was no rehabilitation. Most prisons don't have that. Once in a while, there's some, they're trying to get one going in Bowling Green, Missouri. And hopefully that works out, but we'll have to see. But most prisons don't have that. How old am I? I'm 55. Even if you turn it around, it's 55.
And the last time you were in school was about 10 years ago. Because you were in college.
That was a little longer than that, but yeah. I love all the questions on them, I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Am I 67? No. There's been mornings I felt like I was 67.
It's a meme.
Oh.
6'7".
Oh, I did not know.
My phone died.
Yeah, I did. It's funny you should say that. I did a few times feel like I lost my identity inside. It's like I was a different person. Mm-hmm. But that's only because I was put in situations where...
You have to.
Yeah, I had to... Yeah, you know, most of us, we see somebody laying on the ground hurt, we're going to help them. But there was times in prison where I had to ignore that, step over them or whatever, go around them. And...
push them back so they don't get blood on you.
Yeah, push them back. So, yeah. Where am I from? I'm from Newburgh, Missouri. But right now I'm at the Lake Pomme de Terre. Yeah, he's right about that. Most prisons are not set up for rehabilitation. They're not.
They're not.
It's a revolving door, and they want it that way so that people keep coming back. It's all about money. What happened?
I don't know. My phone died, so I can't tell you.
Freedom is, what does it mean to me? It's everything, dude. It's the trees around here, it's the sky, it's everything. Being able to go where I want to without CO being there. You know, hearing somebody in the morning mow their grass, you guys will be surprised how much you miss that when you go to prison. It's just little things that you wouldn't think of.
The things you miss, I had when I was in prison.
Yeah, I didn't have...
I heard the lawnmowers. I smelt the gas to the gas station next door.
Did you hear a dog barking off in the distance?
Yes, we were in the middle of a city.
No.
There was a daycare next door to the prison. You hear the kids playing.
Yeah, he got after prison. Dude, I think prison. No. Well, in some ways it does, as far as, you know, getting people off the streets away from society so that people be safe. Yeah, it achieves that. But most prisons do not make a person better. What I go to prison for? Taking out my little brother's abuser. Using Chillicothe, Ohio, where there was a death row. That's weird, man.
What?
There's in Chillicothe, Ohio, and there's a Chillicothe prison
Yeah,
in
it's a
Missouri.
female prison here.
Yeah, in Missouri, it's a female prison.
Well, there's Vandalia. The female prison here in Missouri is in Vandalia, and a male prison in Vandalia, Illinois.
I told you what I did. I took out my brother's abuser. Deleted. Good. Yeah, Patty Hook is there. No, they did. Where they locked me up at, I was in several prisons in Missouri. Missouri State Penitentiary, Farmington Correctional Center, Potosi Correctional Center, Bowling Green, or Northeast Correctional Center, South Central Correctional Center, Algo, and then back to Farmington.
And I was in Vandalia.
Yeah, you was in Vandalia. What was your lowest moment? That's probably when I got the news, like 8 months before I got out, that my brother passed away. That was probably my lowest moment. If I could speak to my past self, what would I say? Let's just start by beating my ass. Honeymoon on the courtyard. You don't know what you want to do with your life? Live it the best you can, bud. Upstate New York. I've always heard about prisons, you know.
Mm-hmm. Bad.
Yeah, they're bad, but you don't see enough of them on TV or nothing about them, you know.
What
I think I
you
had.
do if you watch Law and Order?
Yeah, Attica. Good. You don't want to go to prison. You do not want to go. Anyway, folks, I think I'm going to get off here and we're going to head back and relax. You guys have a good rest of your day. I guess the rest of the weekend too, because this is Sunday. Yeah. You guys have a good one, and see you next time. Me is my life, Mindy. All right, catch you all later.